Welcome to Energize and Revitalize with Dr. Amy. I'm Dr. Amy Coopersmith, a doctorate-prepared nurse practitioner, and this show is about empowering you to live a radiant, healthy, and balanced life. I'm very excited to introduce my guest today, Anna Reyes-Utz. Anna is a certified John C. Maxwell coach, and earlier this year, Anna founded TLC Lifestyle Coach and has been busy coaching, mentoring, and providing inspiring workshops. She is an enthusiastic advocate for personal growth and is passionate about helping people unlock their full potential. In 2020, Anna founded the Bold Ladies in Business, a nonprofit group established to connect and empower women, as well as to give back to the community. This year, the Bold Ladies will celebrate their 5-year anniversary. Welcome, Anna. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Dr. Amy. I'm so excited to be here and share with you.
Yes. So, can you share on your personal journey how it led you to establish TLC Life Coach?
That's a great question. Thank you so much. So I always say that helping people is part of my DNA. I felt like in every aspect of my prior careers, I was in the legal business, and that's always helping people. I then got into makeup and fashion. I helped a lot of women find their voice and feel good about themselves, again, in the helping mode. And I was a huge fan of John C. Maxwell. I had read many of his books. I loved everything he stood for. And I decided to take a leap of faith and become a coach with John Maxwell. But I wanted it to be specifically lifestyle coaching. And that helps people find their best self.
Oh, that's so wonderful. After I heard you on a different show, I said, I need to look up John Maxwell. He's written so many books.
He has.
And I do enjoy that genre. So I found one that the failing forward, because like so many people, I am not tolerant of my own mistakes. So I said, I need to read this. And it's so empowering to hear about, because everyone makes mistakes and we need to have grace toward ourselves, right?
I love the word grace. I tell my clients a lot that grace is something that you have to give yourself at every level. Yep. If you're not failing, you are not succeeding.
Yes, exactly. If you succeed all the time, you won't really appreciate what you've accomplished.
Exactly.
It's too easy.
Yes.
Well, good. So I went on your site and I noticed you do a personality assessment.
I do. A DISC personality assessment. I think that is probably the most exciting thing I can share. When you find out about yourself, you have different triggers. How would you like to be led? How do you like to lead? Who are you better off as a leader in a business aspect, in a personal aspect? How do people perceive you? How do you perceive yourself? Because sometimes you have a certain persona outside of yourself when you're out there doing business or when you're out there in a social environment. And when you see yourself in the mirror, you don't see yourself the same way. And I love coaching people like that. It's a wonderful tool. If you're a business owner as well and you have a staff, you can share that DISC personality. If you're trying to hire somebody in a leadership position, that is a great tool.
Yes. So basically it's a list of questions that a person will answer with different scenarios. And then you get assigned a letter, which in each letter stands for a different type of trait.
Correct.
So I went through and I said, I wonder what I am. So I found one and I just kind of did it.
Okay.
So to share with our listeners the 4 options.
Absolutely.
You have the D, which I wrote down somewhere.
Dominant,
yes. So those are your direct people. They're your assertive people, like your CEOs.
Yeah.
Yes. And then you have influence.
Fun people that like to party like people. To be the center of attention.
Yes. They're fun. Steadiness.
Absolutely. The S personality likes to have a format. They're all about family. They like security. They want to know everything. In that sense, they need that. They need that steady, fast, and security is very important to them. Mm-hmm.
And then the last one is conscientiousness.
Absolutely. That person is very numbers oriented, likes to have all the directions. They want to know everything about it. They need to know everything all the time. And those are the people that sometimes you need in certain environments, especially in your business and relationships. Awesome. Yes. So what were you? I just want to know.
So I was the conscientious one. I love numbers. I love to analyze them. I love to see what's working and what's not.
I can see that.
Yes.
Do you want to guess who I am?
Oh, you're an influencer.
No. I'm a high D personality.
Interesting.
See?
Well, you are successful at so many things, but you're also so outgoing and just so like loving. It just radiates from you.
Thank you. Well, there's DI and there could be DS. So there's a high one and then there's a lower one. Depending where you are on the range of it, it tells a lot about your personality.
Yes. So I got the steadiness as my second one.
Very good.
And I find that I don't like conflict and I do like diffuse situations and things like that.
Totally. Yeah. I thought at first you were an S, not a C, but I can see that they're both in there.
Yeah, they're both there. So that's a lot of fun. So you take that information and you help tailor somebody's plan.
Absolutely.
Using that.
I give them a 32-page report and then we sit down together and we can go through page by page and we really go through it. I love that part of what I do as my coaching.
Yes. I've worked in other places where they've had different personality assessments and they're all a little bit different. So this is my first time using this one.
Very nice.
But I enjoyed it.
I love it.
Yes. So when people come to you for lifestyle coaching, what are some of the biggest challenges they're facing?
Their confidence. It's kind of sad, but you know what? I give them, like I said, a blueprint. I can then help them find their own voice. It's a personal journey. I love that I'm able to coach them depending how long they're with me. It's just feeling good about yourself, making those healthy choices every day when you wake up and talking yourself positive.
Sometimes when people come into my clinic and they'll say, oh, I failed this month at weight loss or something. And they say such bad things to themselves. And I say, would you talk to your friend that way? And they say, of course not. And I say, then why do you talk to yourself like that?
I know.
Like treat yourself even better than you would treat others.
Absolutely. Self-talk. The self-talk that we have in our head is just unbelievable. I love the confidence part. Also, they come with making healthy choices or their mindset. So that's a big one as well.
Excellent. So how long does change typically take?
Well, I start with, if they want to start, I give them 8 weeks.
Yep.
After the 8 weeks, they can analyze, well, I want to keep going or I don't. I give them 6 months or I give them a whole year. I say, you know what? You're in for the whole year. Let's do this together. If you want that full assessment, that full journey, then it falls into all the categories: mindset, confidence, health, and wellness.
Yes. I think it's really important for people to understand it's not a one and done.
No.
And any behavior change is going to take time.
Absolutely.
Practice, repetition.
Yeah. Consistency.
Yeah. So you mentioned mindset. How do you help somebody get into the proper mindset so that they're ready to make change?
So I go through the Maxwell part of the training, which is their personal growth, the laws of personal growth. And there's a lot of assessing going through those personal growths. I give them 30 minutes every week, and there has to be homework involved. It starts with your self-talk. It starts with journaling. It starts with meditation. It starts with things that are going to give you that positivity and that mindset. And so there's work to be done. Nothing is going to come easy. You have to work on yourself every single day, and it's a lifetime commitment.
Absolutely. So do you ever encounter someone that comes to you, but then they maybe don't do their homework or they're not quite invested?
Yes. So again, I use that word grace. So I'll tell them, I'll give them homework. I'll say, okay, I gave you grace, but now we really need to step it up. Right. I'm that person that you're paying me to be your coach. Right. A coach wants you to win. That's what it is, right? So if you're going to do the work, you're going to be with me, why not do it all in? I'll tell them, okay, we didn't do it this week. It's okay.
Right.
Let's go for it next week or the week after. Every week, I'm going to keep asking you till you get it done. So I'm not giving up on you. It's important.
And how important do you feel accountability is when it comes to coaching?
Super. So I make all my notes. We're going to have that conversation. We go through it together. Good things, bad things. What did you work on? What didn't work? And I give them a blueprint. And if it doesn't work, it's okay. We're going to fix it. Right. Nothing is written in stone. Life is not written in stone. Why do we have to have a blueprint that's the only thing that can happen? So I'm going to help them through that journey.
Excellent. And you mentioned, healthy choices every day. Do you focus on nutrition and physical activity?
I do. I'll ask them, what does your diet look like? I'm not a physician. I'm not a health coach in food, but I will tell them, well, probably this is not working. Exercising is part of your routine, is part of life. I've taught spinning for 14 years plus. I'm certified in a lot of exercises, so I can talk a little bit about that. Whether it's just walking or it's just doing a little bit of yoga, Pilates, there's so many different choices, but this is a lifetime commitment. Again, at whatever age you are, whatever gender you are, exercise has to be part of your life.
Absolutely. And we've done previous shows about the importance of keeping our muscle as we get older and how that's vital to healthy aging. And also, I have a lot of my clients, they don't like exercise. And it's so challenging to say, but you have to. You have to. But I like that there's so many different things we can do. It doesn't mean you have to go jogging. Like
Exactly.
you can go dancing or there are fun things that can be done.
So just get the body moving. That's all I say. Whatever it takes. It could even be chair yoga.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you don't want to leave your house, put a YouTube video on and do chair yoga. You're good.
Yes. And there's so many things because we have YouTube.
Yes.
We can find anything. We don't have to go anywhere or spend a lot of money.
Absolutely.
This morning I YouTube 10-minute stretching in the morning just to kind of move a little bit.
Yay.
And it was free. It's so great. So you mentioned you're not a nutritionist, but when you do any nutritional coaching, is there anything in particular you recommend?
I love intermittent fasting. That's
Okay.
kind of my thing.
Yeah.
I like to exercise on an empty stomach. That's just me, and I share it because it works for me.
Right.
I feel like then you get the most out of it. Then I'll just do one lunch, probably around 10:30, 11, and then I have one nice healthy meal. I don't eat dinner late. I tell them that is the way to go. And if you're going to do snacks, healthy snacks, apples, Greek yogurts, fruits. There's so many good choices out there.
Right. A lot of the longevity experts really like intermittent fasting.
Yes.
So that's pretty hot. And again, it's about trying what works for you, right?
Exactly. And some people say, no, I can't. I have to eat every 3 hours. Okay, so every 3 hours, small meals. Again, it's working through it. Some people are making terrible choices, and I'm like, okay, let's just baby steps this. Like, you got to give up, soft drinks, or you have to give up certain things that are not healthy for you. So I'm going to coach them. I offer products that will make them feel good. I tell them that I love my B12. I put it in my water.
Yeah.
Love it. It makes me feel good. So I make those healthy choices. I recommend it, and then they can do whatever they decide.
Right. And so you lead by example, share your experience. Well, good. So you also do makeovers. Yes.
I love it. I love doing that because, again, it's an inside job. Women in particular need to feel good and they need to feel confident. Depending on what coaching they do, whether it's 6 months or a year, I'll do a makeover with them, whether they want the clothing or they want the makeup. That's sort of like your graduation. Okay, we've done this. Or maybe midpoint through your year, I can go through your closet or I can take you shopping and say, okay, what are you not feeling good about yourself? And I'm that voice of reason that's going to say, okay, you've got to stop worrying. That was 1980s and we can get rid of it today.
I love that. So if I wanted to hire you to come go through my closet and because I have all these really neat pieces that don't go with each other.
They're orphans.
Or I have something that looks, I love it, but it's not flattering. And
okay.
It's like, maybe you should make another choice. So is that something you could do?
Absolutely. It goes with your lifestyle. It goes with the coaching. So you can go to my website, send me a message and say, hey, can you help me out with this? And then we can sit down, find out how many hours we're going to spend together, and we can go through that. I've done it for a lot of clients, and I love doing that, actually. It's one of my favorite things.
I love that. So we're going to pause here for a break from our sponsor. You are listening to Energize and Revitalize with Dr. Amy. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Looking for expert care that helps you feel your best? Meet Shauna, lead practitioner at Amethyst Wellness. With a personalized approach to bioidentical hormones, weight loss, and aesthetic services, Shauna and the rest of the Amethyst Wellness team help you restore balance, boost energy, and feel confident inside and out.
At Amethyst Wellness, we take time to understand your goals. It's not one size fits all. It's a plan designed just for you.
Schedule your consultation today at Amethyst Wellness in Palm Coast. Your journey to total wellness starts here.
Welcome back to Energize and Revitalize with Dr. Amy. I'm Dr. Amy Cooper-Smith, and my guest today is Anna Reyes-Utz with TLC Life Coach, and she is the founder of the Bold Ladies. Before the break, we were talking about your coaching business and makeovers. So you mentioned that partway through the program or when people achieve goals, that's when they get their reward.
Absolutely.
The makeover. I love that. When we have clients come to us for weight loss and they hit their goals, they have to go shopping.
See?
And that is the most fun shopping.
It is.
When you
It
have
is
to buy
totally.
smaller things and they look so good.
That was one of my clients. She had lost a ton of weight, and so she felt like, I said, okay, it's time. You did your coaching, you worked on yourself, now it's time to go shopping.
Yes.
We did it. It was a fun day, actually. I loved it.
So rewarding for you, too.
For both of us.
Yes.
And it's like my child. I feel like, oh my gosh, my
So
child.
proud.
I'm a proud mama. I really
Yes.
am. I love it.
Well, good. And then you do makeup
I
as
do.
well. And
Yeah.
I just had you give me a tutorial because I am lazy. And I need to break things up into simple steps. And what can I do, if I'm on camera just to, not be washed out. And I really appreciate
She
that.
did a great job.
And I did my homework and I took notes and
She's so good.
I tried to replicate it.
I love it.
Good. So when you're coaching people, they encounter barriers.
Absolutely.
So what are some common barriers that you see?
They feel stuck. They want to see instant gratification, or they're not really processing, how do I get through this? The confidence part is always probably the biggest roadblock that they have. We don't see ourselves successful. Whatever level we're at, it's the hardest conversations that we're going to have. And I have great conversations. I'll tell them, you're amazing, you're worthy, you're everything. You have to love yourself. I always say, love yourself so that you can love others. And that's really the biggest point. When you're not good with yourself, you're not going to be good for anybody else on this planet. It always starts with you. So that's why I say this is a personal growth journey. Every day, you got to talk yourself, I'm amazing, I'm worthy, I'm a rock star.
And that's so good. I think having someone like you in their corner, because we see a lot of people maybe self-sabotage. And, my gift is not like helping them hear that voice. So I love that you offer that. And that's a great option for some people.
Absolutely. Again, the mindset is very important, but then you're making healthy choices. That's why it's a lifestyle. So you're eating better. What's going to happen? Your body's functioning better. You're exercising. The endorphins are kicking in. You're feeling good. And then it's like full circle. Everything comes full circle. You can't go to bed and sleep only 3 hours and expect that your body's going to give. You have to sleep well, drink plenty of water. Like, I'm that person that's constantly telling you, okay, how did you do last week? Did you do this? So every week you're going to have to answer to me until you're in my coaching.
Yes.
And hopefully by that point, once that we've been through it, then I set them free and they've learned the habits that they need to kick in.
Well, that's really great. And so what do you do for people that don't sleep well?
I tell them that either they have to meditate at night, maybe do some yoga, maybe take a nice walk. Some people need that extra exercise in the evening. It's important. You've got to unplug. Very important, because those apparatuses and things, they stimulate your mind, and then you're not going to be able to go to bed. And try to be consistent with the time that you go to sleep, whether it's 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours.
And there's so much that they've linked to poor sleep. Cortisol levels go up, and that stores fat, increases hunger. Even our female hormones they're not produced properly when we don't sleep.
Exactly.
So that's a huge, huge issue for people in the United States, I think.
Very much so. Almost everybody that does the interviews, I don't sleep well. I don't sleep well. That seems to be one of the biggest things.
Yes. So those are good tips to kind of just unplug and unwind a little.
Yes.
So do you have a success story that just inspires?
For myself or for a client?
You pick.
So I think I'm going to talk about myself, because I don't like to bring any clients into this. I feel like the success is that you can be anything you want at any age, and nothing should stop you. I've had many chapters, and when I turned 65, I said, you know what? This is my next chapter. I was 64 when I started the training, and I said, this is my year. 65 was just that number, so I can leave you with success. Is that success is whatever you want it to be at whatever age you want. I love to see people that are in their 80s running marathons, doing amazing things with their life. So if you are on the cusp of saying, I want to learn something different, I want to go do another career, go and do it. That's your success.
Yeah, I love that. And I think landmark birthdays can be particularly motivating for us.
Yes, they are.
And for me, it was when I turned 50.
Yay.
Like, okay, what are we going to do? Oh, let's do a podcast.
I love, that's why I asked you. And I said, I got the 50. Yeah, that was like a big one too.
Yes. So we talked about accountability. How do you help people to do things that are sustainable?
I give them a intake sheet. They have to tell me everything about how long do they sleep, how much do they eat, what do they not eat, how much do they exercise, what's their goals. And then I create a blueprint for them. I plug it in and I give them all their pointers. They kind of have to keep that. Yep. You have to be sort of a gatekeeper. Right. I'm going to say, you don't have to do everything on here, but there has to be accountability. Monday through Saturday, Monday through Sunday, like, are you meal prepping because you don't have time? Are you going to exercise? Are you finding time for your business if you're a business owner? Are you out networking? Are you finding time for your family, your meditation, your prayers, whatever it is that you need? There has to be that accountability. And then they can take that and keep it with them and always circle back and say, I'm not doing this. I'm falling off the wagon. I've got to get back. So when they leave me, that has to be sustainable for them.
Well, wonderful. And then you're there if they do hit a stumbling block or need to be like a little reset.
Absolutely. And I tell them, if you feel like you've fallen off the wagon and you need a little reset, let's get back on board.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yay.
So the Bold Ladies is turning 5.
I know. Can you believe
exciting.
that? It is amazing. So our baby's turning 5. Bold Ladies in Business. What a journey that's been for us and our community. I love it so much.
So what was the stimulus for you to start that?
It was that I wanted to network at a deeper level. Mm-hmm. And I always tell the story. It never changes. I started in my house because I was makeup and clothing, and I wanted to bridge relationships. One of the books that I'm reading now with Maxwell, and I can always talk about what I read and I know, he says, you will be successful if you bridge enough relationships. And I feel like that's why I'm successful, because I helped bridge a lot of relationships right in my living room. COVID hit. My sister came in from town and we said, I'm not doing this anymore. She said, no, we need to. You need to help me. I don't know anybody in town. So it birthed in the parking lot of Hooligans.
I love it.
2020, June. And here we are. We have grown exponentially, so many different chapters. Mm-hmm. It just kept morphing, as I always say, and it kept getting bigger and bigger. Of course, Flagler is our mothership. I always say
and
that.
And the best one.
And the best one, right? And you're part of it as well. Women are incredible. We really are powerful when we get together for the right reasons, which is empower business women, empower local communities. How can we help them? And of course, the heart of this, which is helping local charities. How can we help them?
Yes. So what kind of woman joins Bold Ladies?
Every woman. Every woman. There's a place at the table for every woman that wants to be empowered, whether she's a businesswoman, whether she manages a business, she's looking for mentorship. Those are the women that we want to help. I had a conversation today with a woman that's looking to do something very similar to me, and she looked to me for mentorship. I said, you need to come to this. These are like-minded women that will believe in you, will help you, and will lead you. And that's what the mindset should be.
Yeah. And I love that. I've had over the years different nurse practitioners wanting to do what I do, ask me things, and they say, I know you won't help me, and I said, why wouldn't I help you? Yes, of course I will. I'm not going to tell you all my secrets, but I really feel strongly that we need to support each other.
Absolutely.
And because life is hard.
It is.
If we're not here for each other, then
I agree. And I always tell them we're not competing, we're completing.
Right.
We're not competing. There can be 500 life coaches in there. They're all going to connect with the right women. There could be 300 realtors. That's okay. Whatever it is, we are not competing with each other. And once you get that mindset, it's magic.
Right. And, I have a certain way of doing things, and it's not right for every single person.
Exactly.
And so maybe one of my peers would be a better fit for that
agree.
person.
And that's the way it should be.
Yeah, and you talk a lot about connections.
Yes.
And so we can connect professionally, but even just having that emotional support.
Yes.
Because women are emotional creatures.
We are.
So even though we run businesses, we can't take that out of it, or we shouldn't.
We shouldn't. And that's why I always call the coffee connection the best thing. So when we do these networking groups, which is once a month in all the different chapters, I tell them, connect with one woman that you've never met before and go for coffee. And then you get to meet different things about them. Like, I didn't know this about you. When I did your makeup the other day, I didn't know that you were in the military.
Yes.
But we had that 1 hour together. We were connecting because we were talking about things. And that's when you really find out deeper about the person. And that's why I say connecting at a deeper level is where the magic happens.
Right. I think it makes life more fun, too.
It does.
Because we all have a different story.
Absolutely.
Something else to bring to the table.
Absolutely. I love that. And we get to be connected with other women. Because if I met you and you did something specific, I say, you know what? I met Dr. Amy. She does this. Or you'll say, you know what? Like you said the other day, I met a client. She can use you as a life coach. And you gave her my card. That is the magic of helping women. If you do that, success is going to be right up your alley.
Yes. So you do so much in so many things. How do you stay grounded?
I have to stay committed to myself. I am very structured. I exercise every day. I do the right choices. I have to be willing to do the work myself because, like you said, I have to live by example. So people see me, I'm the real deal. I'm not like, telling you, oh, you got to do this, and then I'm stuffing my face with McDonald's. Not that McDonald's is anything wrong, but I'm just going to say I don't eat McDonald's. So that's what I'm saying. I do the healthy things. I do the work, and I work on myself. It's a lifetime commitment.
Yes. Take care of yourself so that you can help others.
Exactly.
Yes. So how do people learn more about your coaching business and the Bold Ladies?
Very good question. So for my coaching, you can go on there. The website is tlclifestylecoach.com. I would love for you to take a free assessment, and then you can sign up for a 15-minute coaching session. Let's find out if it's a good fit for you. I'd love to help you. And the Bold Ladies in Business at boldladiesinbusiness.org. And then there's boldladiesdirectory.com, and you can also go on there and you can check Dr. Amy's page. You can check my page. We are just rock stars on there. I love that we get to do business with other business women, and we are powerhouses all over.
Yes, yes. And then you have a 5-year anniversary party. Is that open to the public?
Yes. So this year we're opening it to the public. We're opening it to the spouses, significant others. We have a lot of great guests coming. If you're interested, please email us at boldladiesinbusiness@gmail.com. I would love for you to be part of this. We are targeting and helping 3 homeless shelters, communities in different chapters. They're going to be there speaking about the necessity that they have. We have incredible speakers that are coming. We have Kim Fitzgerald. She is just a spectacular human being. She's part of this community. We have Liz Villanueva. She's been in this community as well. And we have Dolores Anderson. She is unbelievable as well. We have some great women. We have Nadine King, who's been with Christmas Come True since the beginning of time in this community as well. So you don't want to miss this.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. I'll be there.
Yay!
Yes. I want to thank you for being on the show today. I learned so much. It was so fun having you.
I appreciate you, and thank you for everything that you do for the community as well.
Wonderful. And thanks to our listeners for tuning in to Energize and Revitalize with Dr. Amy. If there are topics you would like to hear, please send an email to radiantpodcast2025@gmail.com. If you would like to see past episodes, check out our Amethyst Wellness podcast on YouTube. I'll be back next Saturday morning at 7:30 with more expert insights and practical strategies to help you live your healthiest, most energized life. Until then, stay healthy and here's to your best life.